Hello grade 2. So today's video is about how to write a descriptive writing. Okay, so in class we read an example of descriptive writing about a girl's birthday sleepover where she wrote like a small paragraph or writing about her birthday, right? On page 105. This girl wrote about how she celebrated her birthday by having a sleepover where some of her friends came, and she told us what time they came, what they ate, and what they did after they ate dinner, and the gifts that her friend brought her. So exactly what is a descriptive writing? A descriptive writing is a piece of writing where a person describes or tells about something that happened to her or him. You can also describe a person that you care about, or a place, or a thing. Okay? So what are the features of a descriptive writing? For you to be a good writer and to describe, okay, you have to choose a proper topic, okay, and then you start to you have to choose what you're going to write about. For example, it says here, a descriptive writing tells what a person, place, or thing is like. So if I ask you to describe a person, you will tell what that person looks like. Remember, as we took in story, we have internal and we have external character traits. So you can tell me what the person looks like from the outside and what the person is like in his or her character. Is she kind? Is she thoughtful? Is she caring? Also about place, you can describe a place. We did an example where we described our school, right? And you can describe a thing. Like I asked you, your project is to describe your favorite snack. Okay? So when you write a good descriptive writing, what do you have to keep in mind? You have to use details to create pictures. You have to add words that describe that thing that you are writing about. So when I read, or the person that's reading can create a picture in his mind and understand what the person is trying to say. Also, the sentences or the group of words that you're writing should be in order so it makes sense. So when I read, I understand what you're telling me about. Okay, it used describing words. Okay, describing words are words that are used to describe what something looks like, what something feels like, what something tastes like. And we used a box before when we used to describe the pizza. Okay, one day we did it orally, verbally, where we talked about it. Just you guys were telling me. The second day, which was on Wednesday, and most of you were absent, we did it in the language arts workbook. Okay, so a descriptive writing is when a writer writes or describes a person, place, or thing. So the detail, you must add proper details so the reader can create a picture. The details must be in order so we can understand and it makes sense. And the third thing is to use describing words that describe what the thing is like, what the person is like. Okay, using the 5 senses. All right, what else? Okay, these are just examples from the paragraph that we had. Here is the page that we did while you guys were absent, where we talked about the pizza. I told you guys, let's imagine that we have a delicious pepperoni pizza. Okay, so I said we have 5 senses. So what are some of the words that we can use to describe a pizza? Okay, these are some. We didn't use the same exact words, but most of you gave me some of the same details. Okay, so we have 5 senses, right? We listen, we see, we can smell with our nose, we can touch, and when we can taste. These are the 5 senses, and we use words to help us describe these 5 senses. So, for example, when you see the pizza in the oven, it's bubbling. Some of you gave me, you see the cheese bubbling in the oven. Sight, it looks gooey. Gooey means like it's a little bit like slimy or soft. Okay, some of you said it looks cheesy. Some of you said the crust looks crunchy. Smell, some of you said it smells like tasty cheese, or some of you says you like spicy. Some of you says I can smell the, I don't remember, but anyway, this is, you can write, whatever you smell, whatever your pizza's made of. Some people like to put pepper. You can smell the pepper. Okay? Here, the book used spicy, and one of you told me about spicy. Touch, when you touch it, it's hot, right? It's hot, and the crust is a little bit crunchy. Taste. Some of you used yummy, some of you used tasty, some of you used delicious. Okay, you put 1 or 2 notes under each sense, and then you use them to create sentences. Like here, it says, I can hear the cheese bubbling. Number 2, the pizza has gooey cheese. Or you can say, I see the gooey cheese on top of the pizza. Okay? Number 3, smell the spicy sauce. Number 4, be careful, the pizza's hot. Number 5, the pizza tastes delicious. Okay, so first you use describing words. Why? So when the reader reads, he or she can understand or create a better picture. And then you take the words and you put them and create sentences. Okay, and we also used in our language arts practice, there was like a star when you can either put it in a chart like we did above, or it can be in a sense star, like you have in your practice or in your project sheet. Okay, here, for example, this is my example. This is an example that I found. Here, the person was using describing the school cafeteria. We don't have a school cafeteria, but this person was describing her school cafeteria. Okay, under each sense, she wrote a few. She says she sees lines, students standing in lines, carrying trays, for example. She sees different types of food, people sitting on tables, touch, stringy cheese, ice cream, crunchy chips. What does she taste? Milk, oranges, peanut butter. Okay, what does she hear? She hears people shouting, plates banging, silverware like forks and spoons and knives, people talking and laughing. She smells hot dogs, sauce, pizza. Okay, what do I do with these words that I put in my sentence stars? I use them to create sentences. I can write them, okay, and then I can start to organize them or put them in order, right? Here, straight away here, I put it into a paragraph about the school cafeteria. What does it say? Of course, it has a title, the school cafeteria. At lunchtime, the school cafeteria is a busy, noisy place. So I use words such as busy and noisy to describe what the school cafeteria is like. Everyone is talking, laughing, and shouting. Trays and forks are clanging. That means that trays and forks are making a clanging noise. Friends are calling to each other. You know, sometimes when people go and sit on the tables, they wait for their friends, and when they see their friends, they call on them. On pizza days, the cafeteria smells good and everyone smiles. Other days, children bring lunches. They eat sticky peanut butter sandwiches, crunchy apples, and cold juice. After lunch is done, the chairs are out of order. Things are spilled on the floor. The trash barrels are full. The cafeteria is quiet again. Okay, this is an example of a person describing her school cafeteria. Okay, let's go back to our book. It says here you have to pre-write. So before you decide what kind of snack you want to write about, you choose what you want to. Think of what's your favorite snack. What do you like to munch on when you come back from school and mommy says, I'm not done with lunch yet. Eat something until food is ready. Think of what you like to eat. What kind of snack? I always see you guys snacking on something after break, like Ringo, popcorn. Think other people like healthy stuff such as apple, carrots, bananas. Okay? So you choose whatever you want to write about and you write some details about it. Okay? And then you take your sensory star and you write about it. Like, for example, if I'm gonna write about apple, I like apples. So I say, I like the shiny red peel. It makes a crunchy sound when I bite into it. It tastes sweet and moisty. Okay, I like hearing the crunching sound with every bite. These are all things that I can use to put in my sense star. Okay, so what do after I put some details or points on my sense stars? I use it to create sentences. Like here, here the person is using resources such as the internet, books from the cafeteria, because he's describing a place. But in our place, we were describing our favorite snack, so we don't really need to search. Okay? After you use your sense stars, you start to create your sentences. Okay? Of course, in the beginning, your sentences are not in order. So what do? You write it into a paragraph, you organize your sentences, and then you start to reread it. Reread it means to read it again. Why? So you can make sure you wrote about the main idea, that you made an indent. You have to remember, the first sentence, you always have to leave a small space on your first sentence. You have to have a main idea. And your details has to be about your snack. You cannot talk about something different, right? While you're talking about your favorite snack. And you can also add, if you think of a better word, you can remove the word that you wrote and add it. You can combine sentences. This is why we use our draft to make our paragraph better. Okay? So after we write our draft, what do? We need to revise it and to proofread it to check for mistakes and to add a title to make sure you have a main idea. And all your details are in order and about the main idea, of course. Okay? After you revise and check your mistakes and check your reading words, here's an example that in our book where the person is revising and checking her mistakes. Okay? And after you proofread and check for mistakes and make sure everything is written correctly, all right, you have to publish it. You write it nicely in a clean piece of paper so you can present it to your class. Okay, after you write it nicely, you make sure that your writing has a title, that you write your name, and the first sentence is indented, has a main idea, and you can draw a picture or add a photo of you eating this snack that you're gonna eat. You can do it. You can do all of your steps in your journal notebook, or you can do it in a separate in your project sheet or in a separate sheet. But you must submit it, please, before December 16th. Okay? If you have any questions, feel free to ask, okay? Then I will explain to you. Okay? I hope this video helped. Where is it? I don't know how to close it. I forgot how to close it.